Hi, welcome to Deer Tech TV. I'm Brad Rux. I'm in Merrill, Wisconsin, visiting the Thorogood plant. A lot of you guys have never heard of Thorogood, but this company has been around forever. You will not believe the history that they have in making boots.
My name is Richard Martins. I'm the Global International Sales Manager for Weinberger Shoe Company. And if you were a pipe fitter, an iron worker, electrician in the trades, you were familiar with Thorogood. The history of the company as we know it based on the information that we've been able to research is that Albert H. Weinberger and his partner Joseph Pfeiffer migrated into Milwaukee, Wisconsin back in 1892. That's where they took the craft that Albert H.'s father taught him on how to cobble footwear. So they started cobbling footwear, making footwear in Milwaukee in the old 3rd Ward district of Milwaukee. They had 2 brownstone buildings, and initially they were just making footwear for people in the Milwaukee area. And along somewhere on the early 1900s, they decided that what they were doing a lot of was making logging boots. So they became really a logger, or what they considered at the time a job-fitted jobber shop. So they would make boots for people with specific tasks. If you worked in the logging industry, if you worked in the shipping industry, if you were a concrete worker or a bridge builder, you would go to Weinberger and they would make you a pair of shoes. They would hand make shoes for individuals. And eventually their business got so big and got built up that they decided to expand a little bit. And during that time, in the northern part of central Wisconsin, here where we sit today, in the 30s, the logging industry was dying off. There was plenty of workers up here, but they had logged all the white pine and floated it down the river. So the city fathers from both Merrill and Marshfield at that time decided to attend a trade show back in Milwaukee back in the mid-1930s. And during that time, Albert H. approached them and they got together and decided that if Albert H. would bring his equipment up to the Merrill and Marshfield area, there was plenty of workers here. So the city fathers agreed, basically on a handshake, that they would give them the land in the building that we sit in today here in Merrill and the land in the building in Marshfield for 99 years for $1, as long as he brought the equipment and taught the people of central Wisconsin how to cobble footwear. So he did. So the Marshfield facility was opened in 1935, and it's still in the same building today. And then the building we're in today here in Merrill was opened in 1936. Back in the 1920s through 1940s, we had 5 warehouses. We were the single largest shoe manufacturer for 22 years. Now, ironically, we're the Weinberger Shoe Company, but we trade under the name Thorogood. And Thorogood, we first see that in our publications about 1916 and 1917. And what we can determine from that is that back in the time, you know, we've kind of come up with this, it's thoroughly good footwear. It really has no other meaning than, to us, is thoroughly good footwear. We made footwear for Cabela's, we made footwear for Husqvarna, we made footwear for the local farm and fleet farm stores in the Midwest under their brands. So we didn't make anything under our brand until probably the mid-1980s. Then Thorogood started to kind of circle the wagons, and by the mid-1990s, it got a little bit more prominence. But we made many, many shoes for people under their brand. We were a job shop. Well, that's how Albert H. started. We were a job shop. If you came to me and said, hey, Richard, I need 120 pair of this for a specific customer, and we put your brand on it, we did that. We did that. We do nothing but footwear. We've always done shoes. That's everything that Thorogood has ever done. We don't do clothing, we don't do workwear, we focus on one thing. And we build job-fitted footwear. So if you're a public safety officer, if you're an outdoor hunter, if you're a bridge builder, again today, all we do is footwear. And we're still here today.